Before we use AI for test cases, test data, or productivity in QA or in development, we need to get one thing right first. How we talk to AI. Most people say AI gives random or low quality answers. In reality, AI is just responding to an unclear prompt. Let me show you with a very simple example. So we are in this ChatGPT session and I am going to give a simple prompt, and this is a prompt I see very often, like write test cases for login. So this prompt works, but the output is usually generic. You can see here the output. So why? Because AI doesn't know. It doesn't know how detailed you want the test cases to be and what type of testing you care about, or how you plan to use them. Now let me show you a better way, a structured prompt that works consistently. So you see a long list of details. So let me show you a better prompt, and you see it's still generating, and it's a huge data that is more than what we needed. And sometimes irrelevant data are also given in the output, but there is a better way. Let me show you a structured prompt that works consistently. You don't need complex prompt engineering, you just need clarity. Every good prompt has 4 simple parts. The first one is who the AI is acting as, which is called the role, and the second part is what do you want it to do, and the third is the context about the feature, and finally the fourth one is how you want the output to be. So here is a sample prompt, and I can paste it here, and you can see first we define the role. You are acting as a QA engineer or a Java programmer, whatever your role you want the AI to act. So, and then you give the task. You say generate test cases for a login feature, and then you supply the context, whether is it a how the users are logging. They are logging in using username and password, or they are using email address. So you have to say users log in using email and password to access a dashboard, and you have to say the constraint, the boundaries. So you have to say what type of test cases the AI should generate. It should generate positive and negative scenarios. It should include validation and boundary cases. It should include basic security checks, and how you want the output to be. Do you want the output to be in a table format, or you want to be in as a numbered list? You can say provide the test cases as a numbered list. Or if you are simply some QAs, if you prefer to generate a QA subtask in Jira, then you can say create a bulleted list of subtask that begins with verify this, verify that, in that format. So let's see the output here. The same format which is rewritten properly here, and the output will be definitely different. Now I will run this. Look at the difference. The test cases are now clearer. They are structured. You see the test case name, the expected output, the result, and they are very detailed also, and it's very clean. You can use it, and you can see it very structured here. And it also includes the SQL injection prompt and all the cross-site scripting. And you see the output is generated as a numbered list with the expected results. So that's what we ask the AI. So they also include the edge cases and validation. So you can see the cross-site scripting, and the edge cases are, you can read through and you can see the multiple failed logins. So they are actually usable in a real project. So same AI, but much better prompt. Now I want to show you a simple prompt template which I will include in my description. So I will just paste it to show you, and this is what you need to follow every time you put a prompt. So you can use this template, and you can say you are acting as a React programmer, or you are acting as a performance engineer, performance QA engineer, or anything. You are acting as a AWS as DevOps engineer or any role, and then you say the context, the description of the feature or the system, and you can see the next one. So once you give that, you have to define the constraints. You have to say, for example, you are writing a test and you want to test it in a particular browser. You can limit only Firefox or Chrome or Safari. So all the structure, you can use the constraints, just like we saw in this example. And finally, the output format. Do you want the output format to be in a Excel spreadsheet, for example? And if you want the AI to create a downloadable Excel spreadsheet that you can download and use it in your own workspace. So you can define any output. It can generate PDF, or sometimes you might want to create a mock-up or wireframe of your web page, or anything you want. You can define the output. So this way the prompt is good. So finally, the takeaway is, before we move on, the takeaway is the prompt engineering is not about tricks. It's about thinking clearly. If the requirement is unclear, AI will reflect that confusion back to you. So remember this. You have to give clear input to get useful output. Vague input gives generic output. So in the next video, I will use this exact prompt structure to show a real demo of how you can use AI to generate test case for QA and developers. So if you like this video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.